You guys, okay, so I am going to chronicle my quest and take anyone who wishes to go along with me on this quest. It's almost, I don't know if I want to call it like I'm doing a scientific experiment or not, but as someone who has done all of the different diet plans and weight loss strategies and this and that, for the first time in my life, I am going to actually use my intuition. I am going to tune into the consciousness of my higher self in this physical body and allow them to tell me how I can support this physical body with the foods, which foods that it prefers, as well as what type of movement it prefers. Now, I have done all the things, and not even back in, I was like in my early and mid 20s, I was killing it in the gym, eating 5 to 6 small meals a day that were packed full of vegetables and protein, staying really hydrated with a gallon of water at minimum per day, as well as my fruit, one apple. I would do an apple a day, maybe two small apples like that, because all the other fruits, not only do they have the nutritional sugar, which is good for us, but I didn't want the water weight. I wanted to see a reduction in my size. And I would do this 5.5 days a week. And I say 5.5. Saturdays would be my cheat day where I would eat anything I wanted, anything that I wanted under the sun. And Sunday mornings, I might have a nice breakfast with pancakes or something sometimes. Or I would have other fruits. I mean, eating fruit, certain fruits was a cheat day for me. So Saturdays and Sundays. Anyway, instead of doing all that, now I did that and it worked a bit. I lost the 65 to 70 pounds, but it was hella hard. It was so difficult. For a young woman in her early to mid 20s, it should not have been that hard. But what I didn't know then and what I discovered probably last couple of years is that this physical body, number one, that wasn't the plan for it. When it's hard, that's not what the body is asking for. That's not what it needs, okay? Number one, when it's super hard. And number two, the body did not want to be skinny. I wasn't trying to get skinny necessarily, but I was definitely trying to get smaller than a size 18. This body loves a size voluptuous 18. It looks nice as a size 18 or even like a 16. I don't even know the sizes anymore. 14, 16. Yeah, 14, between the size 16 and 18. So when I say 14, 16, it's really 16, 18, okay? And I know that's not a real size. Anyway, but what happened was I was weighing myself. The scale was not budging, but I was losing inches and dress sizes. Did not know that. So I was melting. I was always freaking out and crying because I was working so hard. And I felt like, hey, I need a return on my investment. It was just consuming me. You know, I was obsessed with just getting it done so I could move on with the rest of my life. Anyway, I remember I lost what I thought was the last 5 pounds I wanted to lose. I lost them, say that Thursday, Friday. That weekend came. By that Monday, I found them again. All because I'm a woman, water, women, you know, it's just natural. I didn't understand that. I didn't care about that. I didn't want to know about it. I was so upset. And imagine I'm losing dress sizes, but the scale is not moving. It wasn't until after I'd gotten a little bit smaller when I started noticing a difference in the scale. And I also didn't know that I was also toning, and muscle is heavier than fat. So here I am still using a tool that is not serving me at all. It's, in fact, it's breaking and tearing me down. I did not know that because the industry did a job on us. And the reason why people are not doing well on these different diets is because those diets can't sustain them. And I'm not, let me tell you this, everything, all the things that are out there, they work. They work for someone. They don't work for every physical body. Not every physical body is meant to be in the gym running their life out, or lights out on a treadmill and lifting thousands of pounds in the gym or jogging up and down the street. Not every physical body is supposed to be vegan. A lot of people preach about, oh, don't eat meat, this and that. Some physical bodies are supposed to have meat, red meat. We don't know what, and I'm getting a little bit into the galactic thing, the cosmic, the spiritual thing. We don't know what star system we don't know people's lineage. We don't know what's required. And that's why when a lot of people give their opinion about something, they know not of which they speak. They only can speak for themselves. And that's why I am going to chronicle and just, this is going to be a vlog, and and we're going to see. I'm not seeking perfection, but for anyone who wants to tag along on this quest and see how things go, let's do it. And just so you know, just to put this in context, I am a woman of a certain vintage. I am in my 50s. I'm 54. We'll be 55 this year, later on this year. And I have tried, if you were around in the 80s, 70s, then you know all of those diet, all of those diet plans. I probably tried quite a few of them. And I even, when I was in my 20s, tried diet pills. I found out after a while of that, the body is like, we don't like that. We don't want that anymore. And so after I stopped using the diet pills to help support me in the continuous appetite suppression and all of that, the body was like, we just want all natural. I even asked my body if it wanted to do GLP-1. I'm not on any medication. I don't love the idea of just randomly taking medication. But I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this, should I do this to maybe relieve myself of this weight thing for once and for all? I don't know if it will work for me. I don't know if it's, but the body was like, this is not going to serve us. This is not what we want. So what I know that I do want, I love being plus size. I just want to be a few plus sizes down and feel good and light in my body, light on my feet and sassy and all of that stuff. So it's up to you. If you want to tag along and see how, and I'm going to do some energy testing. You might have heard it before as muscle testing, but it's energy testing. And that is how I'm going to establish with my physical body what it wants. Okay. The other piece is I'm going to be tuning in. So that means I'm going to get grounded in my body and I'm going to pay attention to the subtleties and the nuances just to get what I need. Okay. There may be times if you decide to do this, there may be times when you might want to do it week by week or month by month. Sometimes depending on what's coming up, you might want to tune in, day by day, depending on what's coming up that week for you. But for me, what I'm doing is a generalized, not schedule, but a generalized menu plan, the foods. And my favorite thing to do before starting any plan is to think about all of the things that I love to eat that are good for me. Write all of those down, because I'm going to say this, the body ain't always going to want the vegetable. I know this for a fact. My body is like, no to sweet potatoes, no to black beans, pinto beans, and all of that. Black eyed peas, yes. Because there's certain foods that the body is not, either it's not processing it properly, it just doesn't work well with the functioning of the body. So all of those things, some people can't eat lettuce, right? For me, bananas and tomatoes. Limit the tomatoes, 0 bananas. So these things are it's just not just about, oh, can I have chocolate? My body is like, yeah, go for it with the champagne, but red wine, not so much. Hard liquor, not so much. Champagne, sure. Peanuts and peanuts are supposed to be relatively good for you, right? Okay, so this is what I'm doing, and I'm also going to check in terms of movement as well. My body loves dancing. That part I do know. What else it wants to do, I'm not sure, so I'll check in with it and go from there. All right. So I'll see you in the next video.